Hey everyone, I'm Alyssa Lorman and this is going to be my first vlog for the semester. So this first one up is kind of like a Q&A vibe for this vlog entry. So I'm going to read the questions and then I'm going to answer the questions. And yeah, I'm kind of taking this as like a TikTok approach because that is what I'm used to viewing. So I think it might be a little bit more fun in this format. But correct me if I'm wrong, it might not even be different compared to just the regular, but we'll see how it progresses. But I've never been very tech savvy and I don't know how to edit very well, so bear with me, okay? The first question is, what is your name? What content area and grade would you like to teach? And how did you come to these decisions? So like I said, my name is Alyssa Larman. I am currently a junior at the University of Houston. The content area and grade I would like to teach, I would really want to teach first grade. I'm pretty definite on that, especially when I start out. And then I'm maybe like, I know first grade it's like a little tricky because most of the elementary schools, they kind of have you teaching everything unless you're split, and so you teach maybe English and social studies or ELA and social studies, and then another person teaches science and math. And I definitely would be on the English and social studies side because those are my strong suits, I would say. I enjoy science, but me and math do not mix whatsoever. So that's kind of like my thought process of picking that as my area, my content area. And then the grade, I just really enjoy working with younger kids. I find it very entertaining because they're all so sweet. And even if they're not, they're still young, so it's a lot of patience, of course, but it's just having the time to give to them so we can help shape their little brains and give them a strong foundation that they can build upon as they continue with their educational careers. I think that's just so inspirational and very motivating as well. So I think that's why I really want to work with them. The next question is, how many languages do you speak? So unfortunately, I only speak one language, English. I know, I wish I spoke more, but we'll get into that. The next question is, what additional second language would... Okay, so the next question is, what additional second language would you like to learn and why? Remember, it must be a language you have never studied. I wouldn't say I have ever studied, like locked in and studied any languages. But one I would like, I feel very strong about learning is Spanish. I would like to learn Spanish because a lot of my family and friends actually do speak Spanish. So I kind of want to join in on the fun and like also understand some of the things they are saying to me or saying around me. And they try to help me as much as they can, but I sometimes feel like a disconnect there. So I would really want to learn. And also it's just so interesting. Like their language, like a lot of the things they say is so beautiful. So I'm like, I would really want to learn so I can get in on that. The next question is, if you speak a second language, how old were you when you began learning it? Since I don't speak a second language, I guess I can talk about how like it was first introduced to me, like a second language, Spanish. I grew up like around a lot of Spanish speakers and I just never learned because it was never really needed within my own household, because in my household everyone spoke English as well, so you never really had to learn it and like be forced to learn it to survive because like everyone was kind of dual speaking. So yeah, I guess that's kind of when it started with that. I was maybe like, I think as soon as I could start talking and like start comprehending, that's when it began. How do you think age impacted your second language acquisition process? Since I was so young, it was definitely hard. I think I remember myself trying to pronounce things and I was still struggling pronouncing some things in just regular English, so it was a little tricky. But as I got older, like I've been able to catch on to a few more things, and when I try to say it, it comes off a little bit better. So yeah. And then the next question, what role did your first language play in your second oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. What role did your first language play in your second language acquisition process? I think I'm just so used to speaking English that I take it for granted because it isn't an easy language to learn according to others. So I think I just need to take a little bit more pride in what I do know. But then also having an open mind for learning something new. The next question is, what environment were you in while learning a second language? And did you learn your second language at home, school, college, in a space where the language was spoken, or in a foreign context? I have been in many environments to where I wish I could learn and I wish I knew, especially at school, and in a foreign context as well. I went to Mexico last year in October-ish, and the culture there is so beautiful. I love it there, but I just felt very disconnected in the sense I couldn't communicate how I wanted to, and everyone was so sweet over there, but I just found myself like smiling and nodding a lot and like trying my best to understand, but still not being able to speak, of course. And it just kind of made me feel sad that I couldn't communicate with these amazing people around me and ask questions about this amazing culture that I'm seeing as well. So that was kind of like a wake-up call, I guess, that I need to learn. And then the next question is, how has your second language impacted your personality, identity, and culture? Honestly, me not speaking Spanish, I feel rather disconnected from my culture. And I feel like it's a part of my identity that I've lost and I'm not connected to as well. A lot of people, they tend to assume that I know Spanish. And I'm like, maybe I should know Spanish. Like, it kind of makes me feel down on myself that I don't know. And then as for culture, it's kind of like the same thing I said when I went to Mexico. It's like a part of me, but I'm not fully engulfed in it. So I feel that disconnect. The next question is, what factors do you think predict achievement in a second language? Honestly, just being comfortable and being like, you're not going to be like 100% able to communicate all the time. Like, you're still going to have moments where you're like still learning and some things may be new, especially when it comes to dialect, because I've learned that some Spanish is different in different areas of the world. So there's still going to be a learning experience as you continue, but just kind of having that confidence or that general idea, or at least be able to pull out like the common knowledge here and there, so you're able to get like a broad idea of what's being said to you. I think that is a prediction of achievement. And then, what role do teachers play in someone's second language learning experience? I think having a good teacher makes or breaks the experience in general. Like, even if it wasn't second language learning, just having a teacher that motivates you and that makes you feel comfortable can make a big difference. And it's very important that we have those teachers, or you have someone who is right there next to you, holding your hand even when it gets rough, and having that patience and giving you that grace as well. I think that makes a very big difference on your learning experience. But yeah, that's all for the Q&A. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to doing more of these. It was kind of fun. Yeah, thank you so much.